Hi Aries, welcome to your reading for October 2022. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising, those intuitively guided, or your planets in the sign of Aries, or maybe you're in love with an Aries. You don't have to be in love, but you know what I mean. So whatever brought you, I say welcome. Alright, let's get into your reading. I went back and just looked at the title of your last reading I did. I think it was either a bonus reading or September, and it said he and she and destiny in between. So I don't know, let's see if there's a continuation of that. Some may be like, well, where's my he or she? It just may not be your time yet, but it doesn't mean it's not on your path. That's kind of what we're looking at, the potential, right? Our potentials. We also have free will. So sometimes we say no to certain signs or what have you. But I think if something's meant to be, it comes back around again. So anyways, let's get into your reading. We're going to use the Mother Mary Oracle for our words of wisdom. We are going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify, go a level deeper, and I'm going to use the Luminous Tarot for your main spread. Very much like the Red or White. I didn't say that right. Rider Waite, tarot. Just larger images. So we'll start with them for your tarot portion. All right, let's bring the lid down. Let's give a shuffle. Again, everything is always pre-shuffled. Everything is pre-shuffled just in case I decide to go, something else calls my attention. But I do give it a couple shuffles for you. Okay. Shout out to my friend on the 22nd of March. We have family. Family. I pray for my family and give this situation over to God for answers, support, and healing. I pray for my family and give this situation over to God for answers, support, and healing. Family. Okay. Again, we'll read it from the book at the end of the reading. I feel like we're gonna know why that's here through the reading, but I feel like the words are the most profound at the end, or let's say we can comprehend them more because now we understand where it's coming from. Okay, if that made any sense. Let's shuffle. Let's shuffle for your cards. We have the Six of Pentacles. It's the energy of giving and receiving. It's a card of generosity. Sometimes giving a hand up, sometimes needing a hand up. This is about finding the balance in give and take. Like I give, but I also allow myself to receive. Well, hello, Two of Cups. Wow, came out quick. This is a soulmate energy. This can talk about partnerships, right? In a partnership, you can, maybe you do tend to give more than you receive, or you receive more than you give. So I just feel like it's saying that there's some type of balance that needs to happen within this Two of Cups energy. I feel like someone may fall in love or have as falling in love. When they were, I feel like I either fell in love or, well, I feel like I fell in love, but I feel like I was either, like someone was there to help me, or I was there to help them. And I feel like during that period, now this may be something that's coming up too, I feel like I fall in love, because I feel like it's interesting, you know, I mean, I'm feeling this energy. It's not really the cards speaking it, but they are looking directly at each other, and they're equal here, you know. They both have a full cup, and they're handing it over to each other. It's like chin chin. You know, and it's kind of funny because they look like opposites, right? They look like opposites, and you know, we're always looking for someone who's just like us, but truth be told, someone who sometimes who is an opposite may fulfill you even more, because you know, they balance a part of you and you balance a part of them. Three of Pentacles comes out next. This is a great energy of collaboration. You know, the Three of Pentacles speaks about your uniqueness to something that you do, that you can create. Now it can be, I create something physical, like a piece of furniture, or I'm creating a certain atmosphere. But, you know, it's almost like I'm focusing on it, and as I'm like, it's almost like I don't even realize that I have the attention of others appreciating. I feel like appreciating what I do, or I'm appreciating what someone else does. I feel like, if anything, this is talking about, again, the uniqueness of these two people. It's almost like, you know, like I'm put on someone's path who, you know, like unbeknownst to me, needs me, and I seem to arrive in the nick of time for them, or vice versa. We have the Eight of Swords. Okay, I don't love that. But, you know, this is an energy that is self-created. This is where I you know, I could isolate myself in this energy. And it's interesting, too, because it's almost like who's ever in this energy doesn't want to recognize, like, a talent. I feel like, you know, something that they're uniquely qualified to do, but I almost feel like they don't want to see that. You know, they call this self-created prison. Self-created, so the only one who can uncreate it is the self, is ourself, or if it's someone else, them, right? Now, do I feel like someone can have some influence over this? I kind of feel like it, because I feel like the Eight of Swords is mirroring the Six of Pentacles, and I felt right off the bat that this is a type of energy where, you know, sometimes I need to give more than I receive. You know, it's like I know when. Like, sometimes I need to give more, you know, and just be willing at just this time, because maybe someone's down and out, not receiving back, but knowing eventually that it will balance itself out, because it does balance itself out. Okay, what am I holding? Well, hello, Star. Your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. Card of Aquarius. You know, it's interesting because I don't mention very often the title of a reading that I did right before. But yours, like, I even went and looked it up. So for some reason it was important that I mentioned that. And then I just find it interesting that the Soulmate card comes out so quickly. And then the Star. So the Star is about your dreams, right? But it is also about your participation in that. You know, this person, I feel like, is working hand in hand with the universe to bring about. You know, it's interesting because she's naked in this card, and it's like, you know, everything is stripped away. There's no reason. There's no, that Eight of Swords doesn't seem like, it's almost like, here's the Star card. It speaks about your dreams, right? Or, you know, your hopes coming into reality. I mean, that's what we want in this. We want we want this to manifest, right? But and she's completely naked. So that means that she accepts who she is, right? Who she uniquely is, and she's not afraid to show it to the world. But here, with the Eight of Swords, is the opposite. It's the opposite. Well, I did speak about opposites earlier. Okay, let's keep going. You know, sometimes we look for someone who has no issues, right? Who has worked out life. But sometimes, and I'm only saying this because in this reading, I feel like, and I'm saying that because I'm noticing like the 4 stars over here and the 3 over here, and then the 3 pentacles over here and the 2 over here. It's like the balance seems to fall one way, but I feel like that's temporary energy. So I feel like, you know, we have to be open to the fact that sometimes, listen, we may run across someone who's in the Eight of Swords energy. And we are soulmates, no doubt, because, you know, it made itself known very early. But this person does have a blindfold on at the same time. You know, and the problem is they don't, you know, they have an issue, or I don't know if I want to say an issue. It's almost like I've forgotten who I was. Like her whole body is cloaked in fabric. Here she's completely naked. You know, sometimes you start to feel like there's nothing special about you, that type of thing, but it's saying the opposite, like, but you're wrong, right? It's just a situation you're dealing with makes you feel that way, right? It feels situational because, you know, it's listen, I feel like in the Star, it's almost the remembrance of that I'm more than just this human being. But then I just keep getting this feeling like either like I need, you know, like it just feels like someone arise when they're, you know, when they're meant to. And I mean that on a spiritual level. Okay, but let's keep going. Look at that, the 8 of Wands. Fast moving energy. This is also the energy of what I think about, I bring about. You know, this really is the energy of you working hand in hand with divine, because this is you sending out your intentions. You know, like this is what I'm ready for. Not what I'd like to have, but I'm ready for it. I'm as ready as I could be, maybe. Doesn't mean I'm perfect. Again, no one's looking for perfection, but it is positive intentions, right? And them coming back to you. Well, the Two of Cups just so happens to be riding on that wave, as it sits next to the Star. Again, does it have to mean love? Maybe not. Maybe that doesn't even matter, right? But it is like, it just feels like the right person at the right time. And then I feel like there's the potential of joining forces and, well, I like seeing that. Joining forces and maybe, because, you know, I feel like one feels, what's the term I want to use? One feels, I guess, more broken than the other. Matter of fact, I feel the other feels like they're standing pretty strong. Now, you could fall either place, and a lot of people like, you confuse me. Well, if you don't, like, if you can't, you know, like, you should feel it. And if you don't force it, right? Because maybe a particular message isn't for you, but there's other messages, right? Or it's happening differently. That's the thing. I feel like, you know, I'm not really putting a lot of control, but I know what I want at the same time. But leaving go of the expectations, because let's say that, because again, soulmate energy, so I feel like meant to be. We go from the 2 to the 3 right away. So immediately there is expansion. This person, you know, recognizes you, the real you, right? Not the you that you hide from the world, but in the Star. I'm completely naked. I am who I am. I am who I am. And then the Empress. Kind of beautiful. I mean, kind of the Emperor's match. But they are opposites, right? They are opposites. This Empress is someone who is, you know, she's been through life, no doubt. She's learned a lot. She has a lot of wisdom, and she has a lot of wisdom to give. This is someone who is very creative, and she's falling under the 3 of Pentacles. So, I don't know, it can be you moving into your creative house, or this is talking about, I just feel like these soulmates are somehow meeting in this house. Anyways, the Empress, loving and nurturing, strong, action-oriented. You know, she is the perfect energy within the 6 of Pentacles, because she is very loving and nurturing, and does care about herself, but also mankind. You know what I mean? We have the Tower. Interesting. Tower's coming under that 8 of Swords. So, has the Tower happened? Or am I just fearing that a Tower might happen? It's interesting because, you know what it feels like to put like extreme fear on something, and then, and then you realize, like when you finally step into it, like all that fear was really a waste of time. So anyways, the Tower is here. And listen, it's tied back to the 6 of Pentacles. So again, I feel like someone just like needs a hand, and I feel like through that hand, listen, I feel like it expands them or you to the point of the Empress, and I do feel like the potential of collaboration. I feel like, again, well, let's keep going and see what we have. We have the Five of Wands. And we have Justice. I wasn't going to take this many cards, but I think I'm going to continue. Justice is the card of Libra, by the way. I feel like someone's living in a house of drama. Almost I can't win type of energy. And I feel like this person needs to cut those ties. I don't know why I felt it's more them than you. But whoever, I feel like someone needs to cut those ties. We have the Queen of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Interesting how we have three, I was going to say three major arcanas here, but no, we don't. And then we have the Nine of Wands. Interesting, because it's coming under the Tower and under the Eight of Swords, and I feel like what it's saying is, you know, this person in the Eight of Swords, again, that self-created prison, and truth be told, I feel like I want to set myself free, but the fear of the Tower is stronger, so the fear is stronger than the want, maybe, or I don't know how to get out of this type of thing, but I feel like, again, it's fear-based. And I feel like this is a different way of looking at it. So here I am, I create this wall, right? This, what I call a wall of protection. Why? So that no more towers can hit me. But what if, what if that closes everything, including this Two of Cups? Because, this Two of Cups, if nothing else, is a helping hand. So I feel like if I am open to all that is, if there's any towers come up, and let's just say, because that's life, you're not handling it alone. But I don't feel like I have to worry about these towers, because this is telling you, first of all, don't give up on yourself. It tells you that if you reflect back, you can almost see why that wall is created. You know what I mean? And yes, we can look at someone and be like, well, it was their fault. Maybe it was their fault. But at the same time, I feel like justice is like, learning, did I cut ties or did I go into isolation instead? It doesn't even have to be like someone being in a relationship with another, let's say, and it's just drama filled. I feel like whatever it means, it's cutting of ties, and when the ties are cut, I feel like this Eight of Swords energy can be let go of, right? How do I get out of this? I got to trust my intuition. I got to trust my energy. What is my intuition? My intuition is that first feeling. When I meet someone, that first instinct. Now, it doesn't mean like, listen, it doesn't mean that love has to be at first sight. That's not what I mean. Sometimes it is, but sometimes I fall into it. I fall into it. Maybe there's a feeling, right? But, you know, remember that. It doesn't always, when you see soulmate energy, like, has to be an immediate connection. Listen, maybe their job is to help at this point in your life, right? To bring you back to balance, to help you get back to balance. One of the ways you can do that is by taking all these no blindfolds, right? Be who you are. Trust in yourself. Use your energy to move forward. You know what I mean? Like, let that be your barometer of what I do next. If it doesn't feel right, then accept that. But if it feels right, take a step into it. You don't have to, like, wow, what's this? And then, you know, devote 10 years to bad. If it doesn't feel like, you know, step into it and see how it goes. Live in the present moment, I feel. This is just a reflection. I feel like this is how I free myself. And I look at myself more in, like, these experiences have really caused or given me, if I allow that, really great wisdom, right? And in the Nine of Wands, you notice, like, all the new growth. The new growth. So, you know, this is not the end. This is just the reflection back. In the Eight of Swords, I don't know. Like, how long do I stay in that? Anyway, what else do we have? We have the Eight of Pentacles with the Page of Wands. Interesting. Eight of Pentacles talks about, you know, it's the willingness to go into a situation as the apprentice. So this could be like a new avenue, like financially or creatively. And maybe, you know, because it's also matching this eight, but also the Eight of Wands. When I think about it, bring about it. Here's all this new growth coming towards the Empress. This Empress gives birth to her ideas. She doesn't sit on them. This Eight of Swords, I'm just kind of sitting there. The Empress, I'm creating. Eight of Pentacles says, be willing to go into something as the apprentice, knowing that you will leave as the master. You have that potential. You know, this moves to the energy of success. And then the Page of Wands. Wow. I don't know. That could be your inner child. Like, you know, what is this? What am I creating here? This can talk about, like, the joy that your creative house can give you. Again, that can be anything. Like, all of a sudden I feel like I'm writing a song. You know, I'm writing a song and I pick up a guitar and I just start writing a song. Maybe I put that song on YouTube. And maybe just somebody hears it. And maybe it just strikes up a conversation. And so it is. Anyway. Eight of Pentacles says that whatever you focus on is what you're going to grow. If you focus on your fear, then you grow more fear. If you focus on your potential, then your potential only produces itself. Right? If you focus on, you know, I feel like the world's in a weird place right now. I really do. We're in a weird place right now. But I have to say, you know, I feel like, you know, we can see the badness, right? It's very clear. But we can also see the humanity. Like, you can see it. You know what I mean? And I feel like we're meant to see that. We're seeing polar opposites, are we not? No matter what side you're on, it doesn't matter. And when I say sides, I just mean whatever your perspective is. It does feel like interesting how I'm also talking about opposites again. So, maybe I just need to let go of control of who I think a soulmate might potentially be, and just allow myself to feel the energy. Anyway, Page of Wands would. Page of Wands, you hear me call him the Fool all the time, right? This is someone who takes a chance. This is someone who moves according to their desires. I feel the Page has had towers, has fallen, right? But has gotten back up again. Reminding me of a song, and I can't think of the lyrics. Okay. 4 swords on the bottom of the deck. So that's kind of beautiful. It talks about healing. You know, it's like allow oneself to heal, not isolate. Healing, isolating. This 4 swords, 3 swords coming down at this person, right? Look at that. Well, no doubt. No doubt the 3 swords is connected to that. But it's under it. It's under it. So, no doubt it's healing your heart in some way, some fashion. But this person is also lying on a sword. I feel like this sword is so important. The sword is our own part within a situation. No judgment. It's not about the judgment of like, oh my God, what did I do? You're learning, right? You do what you do until you know better, right? When you know better, you do better. Four swords. Healing of the heart, at least the heartache, but I'm allowing that to happen at the same time. Okay, all right, let's get into the clarifiers. All right. Five, 6, 8, 9. Start at the top. Whoa. Okay. First of all, we have the Ace of Pentacles. That's good. This is, you know, I feel like the Ace of Pentacles is bringing something into your world, but it does require your action, right? This is about action. This is about desire and passion. You know, I almost feel like the Death card needs to come out because I need to put, like, whatever it is whatever it is I reflect upon that does really set me free if I'm this person here. If not, you're getting a perspective of where they're at. But anyways, it's interesting because coming over the 6 of Pentacles again, you know, I know what the card means, but I'm feeling this energy of someone, like, I don't know, like, boom, they're there. I'm saying someone. I don't know if it has to be a person, but I don't know. I don't know. I know you guys get mad at me when I say, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I feel like it's different things for different people. But the one thing it is the way. Right? It's, you know, it's starting you down your natural path anyway. A path that you're very comfortable on, you know. Okay, anyways, what else am I holding? Six of Cups. Interesting. Six of Cups. Well, I may already know this person in the Two of Cups. Now, again, this doesn't have to mean love. This could be a friend, right? This could be someone that I knew way back when, right? When I was a page instead of a queen or a king. You know, when I was just a page. This is someone that I would have happy memories of. Like, really happy memories of. Now, this can also talk about you yourself, right? You being in that energy. And it's interesting because I feel like this Ace of Wands, it's almost like boom. It's like the wick that starts it all. I feel like some of you are reconnecting with someone. We have the Nine of Cups. Well, I like that. We have, look at that, the Knight of Cups coming over that Eight of Swords. I felt like someone was coming in, you know, it's not to free this person, because this person really has to free themselves. But I feel this energy of like how can I even know it? Because I haven't been there yet. Do you know what I mean? It's interesting how many times we just give up and think that's it. But it's not it. That's what this Knight of Cups is talking about. It's unexpected. It's mirroring that Ace of Wands. So, you know, this is a couple fulfillment, if nothing else, but it's mirrored by that Ace of Wands. So passion and desire is in that too. You know, first of all, I feel like who's ever in that Knight of Cups, they're going to penetrate that energy of the Eight of Swords. Who's ever in the Eight of Swords. I don't know how they couldn't. I feel like this energy is, you know, whoever else is in this Two of Cups, I feel like they're in a good place. They're in a happy place with their life. You know, you're like, good for them. Well, but they are. And it can be you too. You know what I mean? Like, I'm feeling both sides here. I feel like if you're like, oh, that's them, well, you're hearing their perspective of it. Okay. Dang it. The Eight of Swords. And then the World. You know, for some of you, I feel like you're meant to hear this reading now. Why? Because if you're in the Eight of Swords, listen, it's not about necessarily... Look, I don't feel like the World's energy, which feels like it wants to begin. You know, it's interesting. In my membership program, we do lives, and one of my members told me there was, I forget the amount now, like 8 planets in retrograde. And I definitely felt we're all feeling it. Anyways, I feel like that's changing. I think she said, it was Tina, by the way. Thank you, Tina. I think it was till October 2nd. And then the energy changes, right? Because they go direct. Now it's still be in the shadow period, but you can feel the energy change, the energy lift. At least I can. And I just feel like I don't know. I don't want someone to miss an opportunity because fear has taken over, right? Or I feel like, you know, like I feel like I'm trapped in a situation, but it's illusionary. That's what the Eight of Swords is. It's illusionary. I'm not trusting my energy in that energy. The Empress trusts her energy. That's, you know, it's like your energy is your wall, is your protection. If something tries to cross your energetic field and it's not good for you, you're going to feel it. You know, I don't know why, what I'm thinking of, like, I don't know if you've ever had, like, I had a cyst that ruptured, and what it does, it just sends poison, poison through your body, and your organs, like, try to reject it, and that's the pain you're feeling, like, your organs, at least, listen, I'm not medical, but that's kind of what I remember, but I remember, like, the instant pain, and then, an hour later, it was gone. And it was like my body was like, no. That's what I mean with your energy. If you can get yourself to that point, I feel like the rest will take care of itself. We have the Devil, card Capricorn, coming over the Empress. We have the Page of Cups. Interesting because, you know, for some of you, I'm sure this is representing a Capricorn. But I also feel like, you know, it's coming over the Empress. Now, the Empress is, listen, I've been there, done that, right? If anything is coming, again, that's not, like, if you're bringing, you know, your darkness to me, you know, I make that decision of whether I accept it or not. But I'm feeling more of the influence over this Eight of Swords energy, right? Again, like, maybe I tell myself that. But it doesn't, it's illusionary. Again, like, and I'm saying it's illusionary. Listen, you may be trapped in something. You know, you may be in a marriage that's no good, or a job that you don't like. But if you can take action, perhaps that's what it means. And maybe you don't want to take action, but you still don't want to surround yourself with this fear wall. I'm saying that because it does feel like it puts a little bit of a block on what it is, dang it, you really want. Look at that, the Nine of Swords. So from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords. Now the Nine of Swords is coming over the Five of Wands. Listen, maybe for someone, again, I feel like, again, we're seeing two different perspectives. I feel like, you know, almost like someone who feels like they're kind of stuck. I don't know if it's a marriage, but I do want to say that I feel like the house or the situation has a lot of drama in it. And I feel like part of the fear may be the cutting of the ties because of the, you know, maybe they fear the reaction of that. Nonetheless, we have the King of Wands. Well, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have the Eight of Swords. No, we don't. We have the Eight of Cups. Kind of like in reverse. Kind of, sort of. I have to say, you know, we have the King and the Queen of Wands right here together. And it's interesting because in the Eight of Cups, I don't know, maybe some of you are walking away, maybe some of you aren't. But if you're not, this is about the healing of this situation. You know what I mean? And if it's too far gone, you know if it's too far gone. You know what I mean? It's like, maybe I do want to keep a family together, and I'm seeing the other side. Because I feel like it's the Queen who, It's almost like the Queen doesn't want to walk away. We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. It's interesting because it feels like every time something really good comes out, something doubtful comes out next to it. Excuse me. Ace of Pentacles, beautiful. I mean, you know, this is the way. Ace of Pentacles, if something is coming into your physical world that makes a physical difference. And what I mean by that, it's not just like, it's not energy. It is energy, but it's not energy like the Ace of Wands is a very inspired type energy. But it is action oriented, right? Ace of Pentacles to me feels like something that literally comes into my physical world and can truly expand it. Now, again, it's, you know, these swords, like, ugh. Now, the good thing is we gone from the 8 and the 9 of Swords. That was progression. You know, that got worse, right? But here we go from the 9 to the 2. So, you know, like, I got to realize, like, maybe I can get rid of all of, you know, my trust issues, like, just like that. But I feel like, you know, I feel like this person, first of all, I don't know, I really feel like they're coming in the light. I feel like they're making a real difference in your life. They feel equal, but I feel like, you know, it's about one side finding themselves again, maybe even freeing themselves. You know, justice with this King going straight up, the World, right? The next chapter with the 6 of Cups and the 2 of Cups. This could talk about someone who had been in a relationship, and the house could have been drama filled. You know, it's interesting because I feel like the Queen, like these cups in reverse, like everything's gone, right? Like it just feels like everything has drained out of them. Even though it's mirrored by the 9 of Cups up here, but I feel like that 9 of Cups is being created out of this energy. This could be some type of karmic relationship, but listen, still important, you know, because you've learned a lot. Listen, if nothing else, you learn maybe what you don't want. Maybe I thought I wanted that, and then damn. Okay, well, I'm not going to leave it there. What do I want to look at? Alright. You know, if we go back to the beginning of the reading again, it just feels like something, I feel like, you know, it's like, okay, I feel like there's 2 people. And I'm seeing both sides of the coin here. And I feel like it's almost like I feel before I actually know. And I feel like this is the one who is, let's say, the one who may be giving, I'm saying a hand out, but I don't know what I mean. I mean, because I know this person has to free themselves, right? But this Knight of Cups does come over that energy. So maybe as I'm doing that. Otherwise, I'll probably say no. I don't know what I'm trying to say, except that I feel like this energy, it just feels like it's meant to be. And this energy feels over. It just feels over, right? Like everything is drained out of it. But that doesn't mean life is over, because here is this Ace, right? Here is the Ace of Pentacles. And it's coming over the 9 of Wands. To me, it's like, you know, The journey is over. And I'm able to reflect back upon it and learn, gain the wisdom to use moving forward, right? If I look at each cycle of my life, like, each time we probably thought, that's it. Life is done. It's it. That's it, right? And then something happens. I guess I can either believe that or not. I have to leave it up to each individual. All right, so I'm just going to ask a question. So we have this Two of Cups and the Knight of Cups. I didn't really get to ask my question, but look at that. The Empress pops back out again. I feel like some of you are on the journey. And your journey is to, I want to say become the Empress within yourself. But you already are the Empress, right? Because you have, you have lifetimes of wisdom. We're born with amnesia. We're meant to seek out what what inspires us. This Empress knows that. Again, she takes those inspired thoughts and ideas and puts them into action. This could be someone who, and the Empress is about, the Empress would never live in the Eight of Swords energy. She knows she doesn't need to. She trusts her energy. Listen, doesn't mean that I can't make a mistake here or there, right? But because I trust my energy, I figure that out very quickly if I do. So anyways, what I was going to ask is, because we have the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups here next to the Ace of Wands, and then the Knight of Cups actually bringing it in. And if we look at the Nine of Cups, it could say, like, maybe the right time is when I I drop that wall. And I move into the Nine of Cups energy more where, maybe I'm someone who's afraid to be alone. That doesn't feel like you. It doesn't feel like you. But I don't think you want to be. Okay. Anyways, I just want to know more about this Knight of Cups. It's unexpected. There's a star again. Three Swords. And then the Hierophant. Card of Taurus, by the way. Taurus and Aquarius came out. Three Swords in between that. I feel like someone is holding on to a grudge. And it may be against you. But you can't live in that energy. That's, that's their grudge. If they want to carry it, let them carry it. And it's funny because I'm saying I feel like someone's living in a grudge. I feel like there's some energy that can be a little bit difficult, no doubt. But nonetheless, I feel like it's still healed. So whether it's about two people go their own way, and maybe this is about not feeling good about it, right? But at the same time, I feel like, these cups are in reverse, almost like they've drained out. Maybe there's been too many swords of the heart. The Hierophant, though, I feel like it's definitely divine energy. Healing type energy, and I'm saying healing because it's trusting in divine. It's trusting in a higher being. We have the Two of Wands. I feel like it's saying you gotta accept that ace, right? Take that ace and then step into it. Just take a step. We have the King of Swords. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then we have the Eight of Wands. Excuse me. Can be a, I just said a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Alright, well, let's talk about this King for a second. Because I want to know about the Knight, right? This coming in, again, it's unexpected. We can't, you know, it's almost like it's time. Its time has come, and it's almost like, you know, I'm following the pattern that our souls agree to. Or maybe, you know, our souls knew, like, you know, we get to see like small snippets of what our life would be, and like almost like prearrange this. And I don't know why I feel it that way. I do, though. I do feel it that way. I feel like no matter what, this Knight is coming in, the Knight of Cups, with the opportunity of some type of emotional fulfillment. I feel like this King is in the upright, so it's about truth and honor and that type of thing. Interesting how I don't want to let it go. Like every reading, I didn't want to let it go. Maybe I'm overthinking. Oh, I'm not really thinking. Alright, I want to look at from the Two of Cups. Let's say they're together. We have the Moon. You know, I almost feel like it's saying, we're giving you till the moon to figure this out, till the next full moon. I feel that. Now, that may not be the case, but I do feel that. Like the energy starts to move in by the next full moon. We're in the harvest full moon. We're moving out of it now, but it is about, you know, the harvest full moon was about those seeds that have been planted now come into fruition. Right? This is supposed to be a bountiful time. Anyway, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. And I'm just going to do one more round, because I think maybe I've explained what I need to explain. But one more round. Taking all this into account, what do we need to hear? Taking all this into account. We have the Seven of Cups. And then we have the Three of Wands. Alright. Both of them came in a reverse though. Three of Wands in the upright is an optimistic view at life. It's all, you know, it's like, I know my ships are out there. I know they'll come in when they're meant to come in. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy this present moment. I'm going to create from this present moment. This is very optimistic. And I'm saying very optimistic. It doesn't have to be very optimistic. It's just, you know, I trust in the energy here. Now, it is in reverse. So I feel like the Seven of Cups, I do like that it's in reverse. But it's interesting because Seven of Cups is trying to make a choice. And listen, it can be when I'm in this chaotic type energy. But it's in reverse, so I feel like someone does make a choice. Someone does make a decision. Okay. I know this is a lot of cards, but I feel like this isn't over. Alright, we have the Lovers. Card of Gemini. Look at this. We have the Four of Wands. That's called the marriage card. We have the Queen of Swords, quite interesting because here's the King of Swords. We have the Page of Wands back out, that risk taker. And then we have the Knight of Swords. This can talk about something that's coming through the waves of communication. Listen, I feel like maybe I don't know. I just feel like there's two sides of this because I feel like, I feel like the love has drained out of something here. Now, whether this has already happened or it's happening, it should be no surprise to you. Because I feel like, it's like I meet this person here, or, listen, maybe this ended and it wasn't easy. Maybe it just wasn't easy. Maybe there was a lot of drama. But in the meantime, I feel like, a soulmate type energy, not a type, a soulmate comes in that helps. And again, I feel like I'm either helping or I'm receiving. I'm either giving or receiving. But I have to say, it's interesting how I say take a step into this. But here, the Lovers and then the Four of Wands. Wow. I feel like, yes, you are falling in love. Interesting how we have the Queen and King of Swords. Again, forget about the signs. I feel like it's, I feel like with this King, it's about maybe like what you have learned is that you need someone who's honest, like that you can trust. And maybe you've learned that I've got to be that way too. Because the Knight feels like the younger version of the King or the Queen. Maybe it's of the two, but I feel like this is some type of communication that's coming your way. It seems to be coming from the King. So, and then to the Queen. Like this King is sending it out. And I don't know if you can see that, but it's like he's sending it out. Also is under that Knight. And I'm saying he, again, just, you know what I mean? I feel like because one is in the Nine of Cups and one is not yet. But I feel like I unexpectedly hear from someone, receive some type of communication. Now, it's mirrored by the Eight of Swords. So that's one way of looking at it. I feel like that would cause me probably to say no to it. But everything is saying take a chance, right? You have the Lovers with the Two of Wands and then the Ace of Wands. It's like starting down this passionate path. I mean, you even have the Three of Wands. It's in reverse, but now you have the Four of Wands in the upright. So something I feel like is over or has been over or has ended. But there feels like something new that's opening up. Again, I just want to say I can't really plan it, but I can be ready for it. Look at that, 10 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Wow. I feel like it's important that you have this energy. Security, trust, honor, loyalty, all that. This is, a family who puts down roots, right? The roots are stronger than, I don't know, the rest. With the roots, these towers, they won't knock the house over because the house is rooted into the ground, that foundation. Maybe I'm just taking a step into it. But by taking that step, look, potentially, where you can end up. And look what's attached to that. The Knight of Pentacles. Well, we know the Knight of Pentacles is coming in because here is the Ace that the Knight promises. This Knight can take a long time. Its lesson is about patience. But you're learning a lot along the way. And that is why the Knight takes its time. so that you can learn what it is that you need to learn, so that you can expand, right? This Knight doesn't want to come in and deflate you. This Knight wants to come in and expand you, expand your world. You know, and boy does it. There's this Ten of Pentacles. Same with this Knight of Cups. So, I think I'm going to leave it there. I think I'm going to leave it there. But let's read Mother Mary. Family. And I feel like if this is if it's a relationship about healing a relationship, I feel like all walls need to come down, right? All truths need to be told, right? The healing process, I have to let it take place, right? I can't hold a grudge. It won't serve me, and it won't serve what it is that I want. Listen, even if it's, I hold a grudge because something happened against my will, it still doesn't benefit you to hold that grudge, because that's energy to kind of hold you back. And I know, right? You have every right to hold that grudge, but still, you also have every right to fall in love. You also have a right to create something uniquely yours, right? Yes, one thing didn't work out, but that does not mean, you saw the world twice. Anyway, family. Your prayers for your family have been heard. Whatever you're concerned about, God has the answers you seek. Since worry can sometimes attract negative experiences, it's essential to give heaven any anxiety about your loved ones. Take a moment right now to breathe deeply and exhale family burdens skyward to God, Mary, and the angels. As you release these cares, fill your heart with faith that in His wisdom and love, God has a wonderful plan for you and your family. Often, prayer is answered in illogical ways, so please don't spend time worrying about how your situation will come about. Instead, trust in God, who cares infinitely for you and your family. Amen. All right. Wow. I feel like there's a lot of messages in here, but I feel like there's also like two very clear messages, like one path and another path. I feel like there is maybe like a crossroad, right? Again, do I accept the help? Do I not? Do I need the help? And if I do need the help, do I accept? Eight of Swords can really be refusal of. This queen does have her sword up, and it could mean that she's a little defensive. But nonetheless, she's next to the Four of Wands. Let's put it this way. I feel like, you may have been in the shittiest relationship of your life, and you're still hurting, right? You may have been with someone who just did not fulfill you at all, but yet you feel this earthly, I don't know. I just feel like we gotta know when to fold them. We gotta know when to hold them. We gotta know when to walk away. We gotta know when to run. You never show your cards when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough to take when the dealing's done. Alright, I don't know what I'm saying. Reminder, I don't know why I'm picking up the cards. Just a reminder of the Knight of Pentacles moving into the Ten of Pentacles. Kind of beautiful. The Empress surrounded by this world's energy. Very beautiful. The world is the next chapter, the next portal. These nines mean the endings of, right? Reflection upon, and then the closing of. This 2 definitely represent with the ace there, a new, like something that I'm taking a step into. Or, listen, if it's a form of help that I'm saying yes to. And it just might turn out to be, I don't know, the best decision you ever make. I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Oh my God, we are like way over 1 minute. I mean 1 minute, 1 hour. I love you guys so much. I'm going to leave it there. I will see you next time at our table. Can't wait to read your comments. Love you. Bye-bye.